Welcome back to the Patrick Regan Show here on the Libertarian Lighthouse Radio Network and News Talk 98.7 WLKI. Jumping on into this segment since it's usually kind of short. Did you read about the United States carrying out another terror attack? Drone strike this week? We posted it on our Facebook page, which incidentally is at facebook.com/Patrick Regan Show. A U.S. drone mistakenly targeted a wedding convoy in Yemen's Al-Batha province after intelligence reports identified the vehicles as carrying al-Qaeda militants, two Yemeni national security officials told CNN on Thursday. The official said that 14 people were killed and 22 others injured, 9 in critical condition. The vehicles were traveling near the town of Rada when they were attacked. I'm going to screw up all these names out of the Middle East, just so you know right now. That includes these surnames, too. This was a tragic mistake and comes at a very critical time. None of the killed was a wanted suspect by the Yemeni government, said a top Yemeni national security official who asked not to be named because he was not authorized to talk to the media. U.S. officials, of course, declined to comment on the report. The convoy consisted of 11 vehicles, and the official said 4 of the vehicles were targeted in strikes. 2 of the vehicles were completely damaged. Among the killed were 2 prominent tribal leaders within the province. Residents in Rada were outraged about the attack and called on the Yemeni government to put an end to drone strikes in their region. Quote, more than 50 innocent civilians in our town have been killed by drones, said Abdullah Al-Kabra, an eyewitness to the drone strike. All those who were killed were supportive of the government's anti-terror campaign. That will surely not be the case of their tribes and families if the government does not strongly intervene. Relatives of Yemeni citizens killed in a drone strike have demanded an apology and compensation and warned of tribal unrest, an official said. The first demand is an end to strikes, the official said on Saturday. They also want financial and moral compensation. Of course, and not that they don't probably deserve that. This announcement came following Friday's protests that blocked the road between Rada and Sana'a, the capital city, during the funeral of 13 civilians killed in the attack. Yemeni security officials have argued that drones have on numerous occasions directly played into al-Qaeda's favor, turning peaceful tribal communities into vengeful killers. The attack proved the need for tighter control and regulations as far as drones are concerned. At times they have proved deadly and destructive to civilians. This was from Abdul Salam Muhammad. He's president of the Sana'a-based Abad Studies and Research Center. You know, did you ever find yourself wondering if this is why the so-called terrorists hate us? You know, I used to think that way, but that was until I found out about the new terrorism information hotline that the United States now has. I used to read stories like this and think, hey, maybe we're making people mad because we're running all over their countries and killing people through these types of drone attacks. We're violating human rights. But I think I had that all wrong. Because now you can call directly to Washington and get set straight. Hold on here. I've made a recording where I called that very number.
Thank you for calling the United States Terrorism Hotline. The reason terrorists hate the United States is because
of our Western culture.
There you go. Western culture is why they hate us. It isn't about drone attacks. It's not about overthrowing governments elected by the people with whom we don't agree. But you know, that's kind of vague. So I went and hit the redial and I tried to get a better reason.
Thank you for calling the United States Terrorism Hotline. The reason terrorists hate the United States is because
of Britney Spears and Miley Cyrus.
There you go. Britney Spears and Miley Cyrus. They're the problem. See, I knew it was something simple. So whenever you read stories like this and think, gee, what's making these people so mad? You can do just like me. Get your mind all cleared up and have the right answer at your fingertips for when your friends ask you this very same question. Plus, if they don't believe you, you can say, hey, I got that answer straight from the United States government, the most trusted entity on the planet. All right. We are coming up on the coming up on the end of the show here on the Patrick Riggin Show. Hey, if you want more information about us, you can go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Patrick Riggin Show. That's facebook.com and then the /Patrick Riggins Show. Riggins is Riggins show, and that's all together. You don't have to be a member of Facebook. You can just type that address in and go to that page and read anything on it. You can also go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Patrick Riggins Show. That's where all the archive shows are, along with this show will be posted later tonight. And if you want to email us, our address is basically the same thing, patrickrigginshow@gmail.com. Or if you'd rather, you can drop us a card or letter to the WOKI studios here on Old Kingston Pike in Knoxville, Tennessee. Hey, remember, liberty begins with you in your mind. Join me next Saturday afternoon at 4. We'll be fighting for freedom, liberty, and the restoration of the Constitution. Thanks for listening and have a great week.
Join us again next week for a solid dose of truth on the Patrick Riggins Show.